Well, if you can't gain your mojo after 2 days ago, I don't know what would help you.
The eyeline lines will probably be up a bit.
Am I?
Happy with that?
Oh, how was your journey?
Amazing. It was amazing.
We can just have a chat,
Do
basically.
you need to do an intro for me?
I mean, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. There is no introduction. There's no need for an introduction.
Exactly.
When was the last time you were working on something and you forgot time altogether?
It was 3 weeks ago when I was preparing my exhibition, getting ready for my exhibition. I think I completely lost the time, and when I say that, some people don't believe, but I literally spent 28 hours in the studio, non-stop, no sleep.
Whoa.
Mostly I drank coffee, I think. Every now and then when I need to, stretch and go to the coffee machine, make my coffee, come back, sit down. It was one of the recent pieces I was working called Spring. It's all about spring colors, flowers and pinks, purples, blues, and gold, obviously.
Of course.
And it just sucked me in, and I thought, I can't leave this painting. I need to finish it. Obviously I had the deadline too, but when I was doing it, I just completely forgot about the deadline. It just, sucked me in. And yeah, I'm very happy. It's one of my recent pieces. When you finish something and it is done, and you look at that, you feel just proud of yourself maybe, and yeah, happy.
Does that happen often?
Not in every painting, I would say. Some paintings are a bit more special, some designs. This one was one of them, I think, yeah.
What do you think are the parameters that get you in that space? What was special about Spring?
It's a circle piece, very symmetrical, 132 repeat of pattern altogether. It's all about flowers and leaves and some motifs called Rumi, which is symbolizing stylized animal figures in the art form I'm doing. And everything was in perfect balance, I think. The harmony, intricate, quite, intricate pattern and design. But in that intricacy, I think I managed to find the harmony. It doesn't happen in every design necessarily, but yeah, it just altogether it was a really nice piece. Well, I felt like it was a nice piece at least, yeah.
Have you always been able to do that, find that balance? Have you found that throughout different stages of your career, or?
Oh, generally. Not necessarily, because obviously I changed my career from one thing to another completely. But when I was studying materials engineering, I really enjoyed it, and I thought, okay, this is it, that's what I will do the rest of my life. And I started to work in a quite big automotive company, actually. And then I thought, if it is one of the best companies I work for, this is not the life I want. It wasn't like when I was studying, and I wasn't enjoying working there. And I felt like I was just one of the numbers for that company and nothing else, And I felt like there was, I didn't feel that harmony inside me, maybe the peace, let's say. And I was in search of something in that time. Then moved to Germany, did my master's again in engineering. But after that, the school is finished, came to the UK. When I was looking for jobs, but I think I decided I want to do art a little bit, start to do paintings again, because I was doing paintings before too, but I never had I didn't have in my mind to do anything with my paintings in that time. But when I got the opportunity, I completely, stopped thinking about going back to, industry, going back to the factories, basically. Yeah.
How difficult? Tell me about that decision. How was it difficult to make that decision?
Initial decision was easy, but when you decided to do something in that moment, you say, okay, I will do it. But then you start to get the feelings about it later. And you just, with your calm head, you start to think. And then I think I had some, is it the right decisions? Do I do the right thing? Because all my life, obviously, I trained for something. Now I'm changing that at the age of 29, 30. So some people think it's late. I don't think it is late, by the way, if anyone would like to change their career when they are 30. But also the people around me were a bit shocked. I think that was making me doubt myself a little bit because not from my family necessarily, but from friends, they were like, yeah, but is it the right thing to do? You sure? How can you survive? How can you, earn money? Do you know anything about it? And they were trying to put doubt in me, I think, mostly.
Where does that doubt come from, do you think?
I think it's their personal insecurities. Because if someone tries to give you an advice, it's not about you, it's about their experiences. So they're not in your position, isn't it? So I think that's what they were reflecting. Not in a bad way, obviously. They are maybe worried about their life and their decisions. That's why they are reflecting me. But when I have my own doubts as well, and not very sure, but not very sure in the same time, obviously you don't, when I look at back now, I can see it. But in that time, it was affecting me and feeling maybe a bit anxious, a bit nervous. But yeah, didn't stop, isn't it? I just continued.
You did it, and I think that's something a lot of people struggle with. So I'm really interested in that time because it is something that is really hard to do. You have a security of a safe job and you've got income and you've got to use your brain you said it, you're a number.
Yeah.
You feel like a number. Not everybody does. And you can go into a business and you can flourish in that business and it gives you opportunities and you're contributing and you're, if you've got a great team that you're working with, all of that stuff. But what was it? What was the nail in the coffin?
Actually, the nail in the coffin was not the work, but my exhibition. In the first week of the exhibition, I started my art career in a very strange way. So I didn't try to sell any work in the beginning. I just applied to a gallery. They offered me to do the exhibition, and I was like, exhibition? What is that? How it is being done? How many paintings do I need to put on the walls? And there's lots of how questions, basically. I had to work out. But anyway, the exhibition opened. I think it was the Meet the Artist Day event. There was a very elderly guy came to meet me, to see me. Apparently he visited in the week and he loved the exhibition. And then he came and he said, today I came especially for you to see and meet you, basically. And he was like literally bowing like that. And he touched my, my heart so much. And I thought like, there is nowhere I can get happiness, basically. And obviously somehow I touched his life, his heart. And then he came and did the same thing to me. And there was a exchange of emotions and how can I describe it? That was the moment I think I have my final decision about changing my career. That guy.
A confirmation.
Yeah.
Because we made the film and I was editing the film, and you told that story, and I can't remember why I had to cut it, but I'm so glad you just told it again so everybody can hear it, because it is. I'm so fascinated by that moment, because that's the moment that some people never get, and they don't, or they're too scared, to take that leap and just go for it. And So no, I think it's incredibly inspiring.
That I'm lucky in that respect, I guess. He was there, right moment, right place for me. I feel like, again, serendipity maybe. It meant to be happen. We meant to meet, and maybe he made me feel comfy about my decision. Yeah. I remember everything about that moment, where I stand, how I stand, where I see. I've almost feel like from outside of that moment, I see it. It's a strange feeling. That's the moment I think I will never forget.
And it has led to what is now turning into, how would you describe your career?
An amazing journey, adventure. Every day is a new day. Comes with difficulties, but lots of happinesses in the same time, really. Many unknowns, but I sort of enjoy that unknown thing. I feel like if you push a lot, not just pushing, but like if you work hard enough and try lots of different, how can I say? I'm just talking for the arts perspective here, obviously. Try new styles, do different paintings, apply galleries, create projects, and do different applications, try to get the funds, etc. It makes me feel alive. This is the drive I think I have. Everything's new, and I need to be creative, not just with my paintings, but the way I can show my paintings to the audience, and also to find the audience as well. And yeah, it's just non-stop thinking, and I really enjoy that, I think.
Non-stop thinking?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're a scientist.
Yeah.
So, and you obviously bring that into your work.
In business side, yeah. But in mathematical side, in painting side, I try as well. I just don't try, but I think symmetry. It fits. It fits the way I'm thinking. I don't try and do it, to be honest. I think it's just like, that's part of me, and I don't know another way to do it. So that's why I like combining that mathematical sides, a bit more geometry with the paintings. Just I feel complete in that way, I think. If I wouldn't, because I try to do different styles, I try to, do landscapes and portrait paintings as well. And I didn't feel like that is me. I didn't feel, it comes from me, personally. But when I go back to do what I do now, trying to again, combining the maths and geometry and, symmetry, all this stuff, then I feel it reflects my feelings, myself more.
Tell me about imposter syndrome or lack of it.
I think I don't have it.
I think that is incredible because, like, I work on video production sets and I'm working with AV people and they're all working on something else. They've got projects going on in the background. I've worked with many artists and filmed, and as and everybody, save you, has had a struggle with this. So tell me the secret.
I'm not taking myself too serious, and I'm not that important person, to be honest. I do what I love, and I'm trying to do it in the best way I can do. And from that point, doesn't matter really what it comes. Did I enjoy doing it? Yes. And am I able to serve it to show it to people? Yes. So why would I need to worry about the rest of the stuff, really? I just don't see the point. And if something goes bad, if one of the shows are not good, if I couldn't sell anything in one of the fairs, for example, who will remember me next day? No one, really. It doesn't matter, who I am, really. I just don't care myself that much. But the next day, I know I will wake up, start to do paintings again. If I did a mistake, something about that fair, I will write it down, what was the mistakes, analyze it, and next day is a new day.
So what does knock you down?
What does knock me down?
Because you can't be invincible.
No, probably people's behavior, I would say, you know.
Right.
I'm too emotional in many ways. And I like trusting people. And then sometimes it doesn't work in a good way. That probably upsets me the most and then shakes me every now and then. But apart from that, you know, anything about my work, you know, I'm happy what I'm doing.
I think you're remarkable. What best features, what were the best things and sort of aspects of you that your parents gave you?
Not my height. I think I'm quite small. What was the best thing they gave me? Are we talking about in a more emotional side of the things, or more physical, or talent-wise?
No, absolutely emotional. Not physical. Is it? Yeah,
of course.
I'm trying to understand the drive and just your philosophy behind work and getting up every day and doing it, and just the belief. You know, where did it come from?
I think my work ethic comes both from my mom and my dad. Funny, my dad just when he graduated, he got in a company, and I think 45 years now, he's still in the same company. Every single day, going to the same job, working with the same people. And he never, he never uff or puff or, I can't do it, I don't want to wake up today. Yeah, I never saw him being tired. On top of that, I have 2 more siblings. So obviously, dealing with us in the same time. My mom didn't work, but obviously she worked at home with us, looking after us. And I never saw them being tired and said no for anything for us. Maybe that, set my mindset about having, working hard for my stuff. Because comparing my life to their life, what they had to go through, is nothing really, Like, why would I complain? Why would I give up?
Well, you say that they obviously provided very well for you, and obviously, as you say, brought you up very well. But some people might take that and run with it, and then just expect everything to be on a plate for them, like me. It
would be nice though.
So you obviously didn't. That obviously didn't happen for you because you've got such a strong work ethic. So were there boundaries? Like where did it come from? Because it feels to me like you wouldn't get that from being served up everything.
No, well, you are right. Actually, they were supplying everything and anything really. I had quite easy upbringing in that respect. Really, I want my personal achievements. I want to see myself successful. And I want to know I have done it. Obviously people help us in our journey. They support us. Everything's fine. I accept all of this. But at the end of the day, I want to say, when I create something, this is my work, pure work. I have done myself. I always grew up that feeling. My drive was always being successful in anything I do, doing the best what I can do. I think that's the thing.
Talk to me about sibling rivalry.
Rivalry.
Was there any?
Not from my side. I don't think I had any. I'm the oldest, and their age gap is closer to each other. They have 2 years age, my brother and sister. And I was a bit more outside, really, in that respect. They were more close to each other because when they were still playing at home, I was already at school. So till I think I finished high school, they were more like a pack, and I was a bit more outside really in that respect. Not saying I don't have relationships or anything, but I was the older sister. But I felt like our relationship got closer after I started university, really, because you pass your teenage time and all the dramas are gone. Emotions are just settle a little bit more, so you can have more healthy relationships. Yeah, but we didn't have any problems necessarily. I was just doing my own thing. I think that's one of the reasons. I loved in that time reading as well. So I was going to school, coming home, reading till mornings, and my mom just coming and closing the lights, turning the lights off. Stop reading, Other families say study more. My mom is like, stop studying, I'm just that sort of. I was entertaining myself mostly.
You obviously are good at being on your own.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
that's why I left my
from
studio.
an early age. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If you're spending 26 hours on your own. Is there a person in your life outside of school who had a profound impact or inspired you, that was in your life? Because you obviously worked.
Yeah.
So at a job like a manager or a friend or?
Well, when I started to learn art, obviously my teacher, because I didn't learn art in school. I went to private classes. I would say that a teacher of mine, Hanifi, has a big impact on my life, because obviously because of him I learned what I do, and he's always the biggest support, and still, one of my biggest support really.
When was the last time you saw him?
I saw him a couple years ago, but I talked to him last month because he just moved out from Istanbul. That's why we had the difficulties to see each other. But we are always in contact, basically. He has a big role in my life. But apart from that, my line manager, when I was working, she has a big impact on me. To move to Germany, actually, because she said, if you would like to come back to Turkey, that was exactly the sentence. After going, because I want to do my master's in Germany, she said, just stay here. There's no point really. Why would you just go for a couple of years and come back? Because then you will lose your position here, etc. But just go and discover the world. You don't need to come immediately. And she said, yeah, just go and don't think about coming back immediately. Get a bit of experience before that. And I think she encouraged me to do that as well. In that respect, she has the effect in my career and in my life. Anyway, I went to Germany. I didn't do I didn't continue with engineering, but it was nice to be out of your comfort zone, go to another country, trying to find your own way. As you said, I was like princess in the house. I didn't have to pay the bills. I wasn't worried for anything, shopping, cooking, cleaning. But suddenly, I had to work out all of that myself. So it was, again, nice experience.
It sounds like that gave you a foundation to just build this interest and knowledge. Absolutely amazing. Does the price of a work of art reflect how good it is? In my case, or in the general case? Well, no, I don't. When you look at just outside art world, I don't think it does. But the question is, should it necessarily? Who make the in some type of arts, basically, like if you are working on the fine arts, obviously the quality is quite important, and then I think it needs to be, in that respect,
a price according to quality of the work. But yeah, in the art world, no, it's, once you make your name, doesn't matter what you do. I feel like sometimes, you can put anything to any price and it would sell. There will be someone there to buy it.
So
They sold a banana. It's the best sample, isn't it?
So what is quality in art then?
If you do a pencil drawings, and realistic shapes and forms, obviously that shows the quality of the work. It depends how identical, or if you want to do something identical, how identical you can go. That shows their quality. Yeah, oil paintings again, you can see, in my work again, you can see the quality of the work with the cleanness and tidiness and intricacy of the work as well. Because these are very niche type of art styles though, but apart from that, it's all about I think what the other sides, the person who look at that artwork sees and feels something, and then they give the price really in that respect. I don't know if it makes sense.
So what do you hope people notice about your work?
I don't want them to notice I don't want to show them something. I do a painting with a feeling of what I create, but everyone takes what is missing in them, I think, sometimes in the paintings, or what they go through in that moment. As you know, I do patterns basically. So there are flowers, symmetry, colors. We can just say generally that's about my paintings. Someone comes and sees the symmetry, and that's what they take it, and they like it, and they get it. And some people comes, sees the flower, and that touch them, and then that's what they enjoy, and they take it. And another person comes, and just the colors affects them. So I think it doesn't matter what I want them to see. It's all about the person, what they want to see. And I think it's the beauty of the art, really. Because once I finish the painting, I complete my mission technically there, and then pass it to the audience.
Have you ever witnessed that or had a conversation with somebody who's seen your work and seen something that you knew was there?
As a shape-wise, we are talking.
As a feeling?
Yeah. Well, yeah, there was a painting, for example. It's a very small painting of mine I done. When I was designing the pattern, all I was thinking about, that will be a quarter symmetry pattern. I decided to use the motifs. And also there's a shape called cloud. It's literally the cloud motif, like, moving clouds. My thinking was, well, I did lots of different style paintings. I want to use the cloud motifs in that painting. So I was completely thinking in a realistic way, mathematical, again, planning way. And I named it as a cloudy days because I thought clouds, it looks like sky, cloudy days, so it's that. And the person saw, they touched because they have been going through some difficult times, I think. But there was like a little sun, a gold part in the center. And she said like, oh, it's like cloudy days, but I can see the sun in the center. So it's just, bright sun today. Obviously sun will come out. And when I was painting that part in gold, I wasn't thinking that, to be honest. I just thought as a concept, as a whole image looks good. But yeah, she saw that, which was like, oh, very touchy.
And what else did she say? Like, did she buy it?
Yeah, immediately. It was, what can you say? I'm being speechless really in this sort of moment. Obviously, there are really strong feelings there. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to disturb really that feelings necessarily, because obviously they have an attachment in that moment, and I don't want to get in their personal station too much too. So I want to respecting that, unless they would like to tell obviously more. It just, I said, well, it really touched me. Thank you very much. Another one was with the brain, actually, your piece.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that brain piece is quite... it's quite interesting journey for me, because it came out from just paintings, because I did the organ series with the brain, the heart and uterus. But then I got a message when I put the brain on social media from a lady who is going through some, having autism, ADHD. And she texted me. That painting gave them hope in respect to, because seeing the flowers in the brain, that's what we are trying to do for my son. She said, connecting his brain to work and blossom like that, and seeing that piece just gave me the hope that we can do maybe for my son too. She sent that message, and I was like, really touched.
Have you ever sabotaged your own success?
I don't know. Did I? I hope I didn't. I don't know. Maybe not. Probably if I did, I don't know.
I don't know what to do with this, Ben. I mean, it's just an impenetrable... just like, I'm good. This is fine. I could just no worries. Brilliant. I just think you're remarkable. I just find it so, because I've struggled with it so much, and I'm so interested in helping people go from 0 to 1. If 10 is the top of the scale, getting started is the hardest part for most people. And you come along and you're just like, no, you just get on with it.
Get on with it.
Stop thinking about yourself. Start and just immerse yourself in it and just follow your nose. And I think it's amazing. I
think what helps me, I don't look around me too much. I don't look what other people do. If they do good, bad, where they are getting in, what they do. I don't care that sort of stuff. I put all my energy on the work I do and my way. And I think that helps me a lot, because I don't get distractions from other stuff around me. Just completely focusing. But that reminds me when you said, how can you do, think without, just doing what you do. When I moved here in my first year, I live in a village. I live in a village in Woking, and coming from Istanbul, in a fairly small village, really, different lifestyle. And one of my friends visited from Istanbul, and she said, like, "How did you decide to move here? How did you? How did you do that? Did you not think about it? How would you live here? This lifestyle and stuff." I was like, I didn't think. If I was thinking, maybe I wouldn't do it. But I never think about if I have to do it or shall I do it, what happens. I don't think about what would happen part. I don't care that part. I'm just getting in that moment. Do I have to do that or not? Yes, I have to. Do I want to do that or not? If I want to do that, I do it. I deal with the results later, basically.
We're just starting this podcast, and for weeks, there's a stain on that wall behind me. And for weeks, I've been thinking, I've got to paint that wall. But it's quite old paint, I don't know whether it's white or whether it's kind of that white.
Yeah.
or whether it's actually white. And even if it was actually white, just giving you an example of the kind of overthinking that you're talking about that quite simply doesn't seem to occur in your head because you just get on with it.
Yeah.
And I think that's so powerful. And we've put a canvas in front of it instead.
That can put you in a trouble as well, you know. But that can open really good adventure in front of you, you know.
Because normally I'm obsessed with prep and planning it out and thinking about how I'm going to do it, you know, with shoots and things like this and lots of cameras and all the rest of it. And I kind of had a rough plan, but honestly, setting this up today with lovely Ben, you know, and just going and just solve the problems. And just solve the problems as you go, and it's crazy to sort of have that. It is a self-belief thing. It's like I'll be able to deal with that. I'll just figure it out when I'm there.
What happens if you can't figure out? You're not that important, really. Or I am not that important. If it can't work out, just move on. You know, leave it there. It won't be the end of the world.
Does that come from a sort of a macro view of because you've got a science background? Does that come from like a universe, we're nothing, we're going to be burnt up in the sun?
No, not at all.
Kind of perspective?
No, not at all, really. There are important things in the world. For me, it's health. And unless if it is health-related issue, everything can be fixed. That's how I say. You know, as soon as I'm healthy, my family is healthy, people who I love around are good. I don't have to worry about the rest of the stuff really, because somehow they can be solved. You know, not the best way maybe, but you know, time is ticking. You know, it's moving. We don't need to worry for everything and anything. That's how I'm feeling.
So it's a mortality thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Motivating.
Yeah, I guess. You saying that about the preparation just reminds me, actually, you know, I'm teaching as well. That's it. And the one thing my students find the most difficult, starting actually. And because when you have a white paper in front of you and the tracing paper on the top, it's just white sheet, it's empty, you don't know where to start. I always say, you need or not, you will use or not, grid the paper, do your first cross. And then, you know, if you needed to grid more. Because instead of looking at the whole big area, focus on that little part, then everything's easier. And worry about the rest later. That's tomorrow's problem. Just focus that little part at first. Maybe just, you know, dividing into the pieces when you are dealing, it helps me.
Just do the first cross and then you haven't got a blank piece of paper anymore.
Yeah.
If only we knew it, Ben.
I'm not the wisest person. I just do how I am doing.
I beg
really.
to differ.
I'm not a voice of the wisdom here.
I beg
really,
to differ.
I just
beg to differ.
that's how I'm dealing. Really. May I have my coffee, please?
I think go for it. Yeah, you can. I suppose it's quite difficult to grab it, really, isn't it? Look, I'll do that.
I told you my height is not the best.
I'm scared.
It's
I'm
all
scared.
right.
I'm scared. Yeah, do that. Perfect. You changed career.
Yeah. Thank God.
Is there
I did.
anyone? Yeah. Is there anyone you regret losing touch with?
Because I changed my career? No. Who?
No, I mean you had friends, you had colleagues.
Friends are still friends.
Friends are still friends.
Yeah, they are not going anywhere.
Anyone else that you have lost touch with that you regret?
No, probably I would be happy. I don't know.
Good riddance. Thank God I don't need to speak to you again.
No, I don't. Well, looking back, Sometimes I miss the conversations, to be honest, with the people about. I can't say that, right? Yeah, some conversations I'm missing with the friends about I don't know, some technical stuff probably. Because that's the conversation styles I'm feeling happy and comfy. That's not my everyday conversation right now. That I miss.
And conversations about the work.
Yeah, technical stuff, just bits and bobs, I don't know, it's science related and something new, a new article, whatever, just things like that. Because, we still do that sort of conversation, but obviously when we have a chance to meet. But in my daily life, obviously, I'm in a different industry now, so it's not, the style.
As often.
Yeah.
But so you still you're still expanding your scientific knowledge?
Oh yeah.
So that's what you read.
I like following. I like on social media and stuff. I like following science related stuff. It's just because it gives me more idea about my paintings. That's the side that's how I get my inspiration, and it feeds me a lot. Even for that golden ratio exhibition, for example, I learned so much because when people probably getting exhibitions ready, they are painting. I was just reading articles, and certain articles, if I can't reach free, I was contacting my other friends who are in universities who can, get them basically that articles and find me this article about the heart. There's so much information that I need to know basically. I know. At the end of the day, I just need to paint the heart really. I don't need to know lots of things about the golden ratio or
but
the
it's
art.
important to you.
But I need to know it. Otherwise, I don't feel complete. Otherwise, I can't. How can I put that painting there and not able to explain to people why I put it there? So I just need to read basically. That just makes me feel comfy. Yeah.
So it's about the depth.
Yeah. That's why I think it's not just a pattern. It's it's more than pattern really. All the story behind.
And that's the feeling that people latch onto. Has anybody ever seen a piece of your work and reacted to it in a way that you've just been shocked by or weren't expecting at all?
Yeah, someone cried. She saw and she cried immediately. I was very surprised. Again, got very emotional. Yeah, that was the one I think recently happened.
Tell me.
Well, there isn't much really to tell about because she didn't tell too much about it. It was one of the organs. She saw it. She cried. She immediately got the painting and left. Like, this is the shortest story really, and quickest art sale I can say in my life. Yeah.
Wow.
I couldn't say anything. I couldn't ask anything. There wasn't that sort of room really.
Oh, I see. Right. She saw it. She burst into tears.
Yeah, and she bought it and she died.
She bought it and goodbye.
Yeah.
Wow.
She wasn't open to talk.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That collection is interesting.
What are you working on at the minute?
What am I working now?
Or what's your next exhibition? What are you working on at the minute?
Ooh, I can't say that.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I have a new toy, 3D printer. It's an amazing tool. I wish I bought it earlier, but it means the time, I guess. So yeah, interesting things will come. Hopefully, I'm working on it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very
so
exciting.
think about the patterns, but not in the paintings.
Right.
Printed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's super cool. Adding in
We'll
literally
see.
another
We'll
dimension.
see. It will be cool or not. It may
Yeah.
be a failure. I don't care. I'm trying now.
It's an experiment.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing. And Oh, that's very exciting.
Because not everyone can see a painting, isn't it? Sometimes you just need to touch it to see the pattern. That's the idea come from. And when it is in 3D forms, you can't touch the patterns.
Who do you envy?
You have amazing equipment, cameras and lights, love it, and microphones. Literally, I wish I had all of this in my life. I don't know what I would do, but
Well, that's what you've got me for.
yeah, please invite me all the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every now and
It's
then
a
we can just
pleasure.
do it.
No, it's an absolute pleasure.
I don't envy people. Nothing.
So you follow science channels and science things on social media and stuff, but you don't fall into the trap of just doom scrolling
Yeah, okay.
and
of
envy
course.
and right.
I of course check, what people do and, just the Instagram things and whatever. No, if someone did a good painting, I feel like, if I see someone created really nice piece and getting a, nice gallery or whatever, I was like, well done. Yeah, they did really good. And then going back to my studio and say, okay, what should I do to be there now? Basically, that is my motivation again, back to the work. No, I don't envy.
Amazing.
My issue, or my problem, or anything is about me, myself, basically. I'm not saying like it's all about me. I'm just saying the people achievements or failures, it's their business. I'm just looking at my business. I'm just looking at what I'm doing.
And that is
Seriously though, I like these microphones. I am with them.
they're nice.
Yeah.
It's
And lights.
going to sound really good. It's going to sound really good. So tell me about a bad day.
Details. Do you want what
Tell
you
me
want?
about a bad day.
It's a difficult place. A bad day.
Okay, so there's something there, Ben. There's something there. They're not impenetrable, absolutely.
No. Oh, I had a bad day yesterday. It wasn't a very good day yesterday. But I was happy when I woke up today, really. So it's gone.
Ah, see, you're skirting around the point.
No,
Tell me
no.
about a bad day. Come on.
So basically, what happened, we were working in a project, not necessarily just about me, but it meant to be a group project. So it fell apart in a way it shouldn't be, and related with people decisions and people themselves. I was sort of project managing the station, and I've thought like, is it because of me, and did I cause that, and could I just deal in a better way? But then I thought to myself, then I asked a few people around me, the station, and it wasn't really about me. It meant to happen in that way, I think, and sometimes it's better to, again, immediately I start to think like, maybe sometimes it's better to not to happen instead of happen. So maybe it's a good thing it didn't happen, but
Not
obviously
meant to be.
it could be more problematic later, basically. But it was a bad thing, it didn't leave a nice taste in my mouth, basically, how it happened. And, again, as I said, the work wouldn't make me upset, but sometimes people's behaviors, selfishness, big egos, make me upset. I just don't understand the people with big ego, I think. But being in the creative industry, you meet lots of that sort of people, basically. I think I just need to learn how to deal. It will come with experience. So I thought, okay, I got something from this bad situation. I put in my pocket. It's there now. Next time I will know what I have to do or how to deal.
Is that one of the reasons you prefer working alone?
Yeah. I don't think I'm a teamwork person. I'm not. I worked with the teams, and I can fit in a group in a team as well, but I like working myself more. I trust people, but equally I don't trust everyone's work ethic. And if I don't see something matching with my way of doing things, I mean, I'm not saying my way, but similar type of work ethics, basically, then I'm not being happy in that atmosphere, in that place. So that's why I like working myself more. But obviously, I'm not just working myself. I work with lots of institutes in the different museums. I'm constantly dealing with people and working with people as well. It's not just sitting in the studio and working. But as a business decision, I decide myself. I ask every now and then Mark, but that's irrelevant. He will
He's
support
never
me
got
anyway.
anything interesting to say.
No. He's amazing business person. I think he has a very creative mind. I respect his knowledge so much. I always get his opinions, then do my own mistakes. That's how I do. And then he says, "I told you." I said, "I know, but I want to do it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
In what ways might you be difficult to work with?
Say again, sorry.
In what ways based on that, might you be difficult to work with?
Me? I'm stubborn. I like my way as well. As much as I say it's not just saying my way, I like my way. If I have an opinion, if I decided to do something, I always get basically, when I start to do something, I try to learn as much as possible, basically, around it. But then I make my decisions. Once I make my decisions, that's it, basically. I will do it. And that makes me, I guess, a bit stubborn person after I decide to do something. I don't think I'm an easy person to deal, really. Well, my mom says Mark should be a saint, really, being with me. So I guess.
Bless her.
Yeah.
Bless her.
Well, I blame her. She raised me.
We're in a good spot. This is brilliant. Are you enjoying yourself?
Oh, yeah. I'm chatting with you.
Yeah, exactly. That's the beautiful part of it.
Don't make it sound like too selfish and, weird and
No.
other stuff.
No. There's nothing but you
Ben,
coming across to
just do something there, I'm
yeah,
stubborn.
I'm invincible.
It's my way only. I was like, I hate my mom. She raised me one awful way.
Okay. Are you good at taking criticism?
Yeah, I don't care. They can criticize me. I'm good now. I like they say it's not the criticism who criticize you. So if I think that person is very knowledgeable, I should respect basically the person who criticized me. Then I'm very happy to hear anything comes from that. I'm happy to hear any criticism, really, but how much I'm taking to myself, that's what I'm trying to say. Anyone can say anything to my work, that's fine. Everyone has an opinion. That's normal. I have opinions about everything, when I see. But I just pick the criticisms to take, shall I take this criticism to do something about myself or the work or, to change something? Or shall I just, move on? That's the decision is depending on the eligibility of the person in my mind, basically.
As we all naturally do.
Yeah.
Okay, this is something that I do know about you because I know you to be a perfectionist, self-proclaimed.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. So in what ways are you happy to be good enough?
In what ways I'm happy to be good enough? I don't know. In what ways I'm happy to be good enough? I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I definitely don't know.
What is good enough? Good enough for what? For who? There's lots of questions now. I don't know. Shortest question and answer, I think.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing to play with.
Yeah. Good enough for work?
Because if you're constantly aiming for perfection in
Yeah.
all areas of your life,
No.
okay.
Maybe I do. You make me think now. I question myself. Looking at the culture I'm coming from, Turkey. And once you got married and stuff, you should be a perfect housewife, blah, blah, blah. I'm the worst. I spent 28 hours in my studio. Can you imagine being a good wife from me? No. So, and surely I'm not aiming being perfect in that part. When it comes to work, I try to do my best. Yes. When it comes to my personal relationship with my friends, I'm trying to be, I'm not trying to be, I'm just being me, myself, with my friends, and, really caring and just being me, really. I'm not trying to be anything when I'm in my personal life. I guess in that respect, I'm not trying to be perfect outside of the work, really. That would be very tiring. Yeah.
So you do know. You're not trying to be perfect in every area.
No. But then again, maybe I don't think you need to be... There are something requires perfection. That's maybe I don't see in that way. Interesting question.
Glad I asked it.
I will think about it. I'll think about it. Next time. Invite me again.
Next time. Are you good at saying you're sorry?
For what? That's an interesting thing, though. Again, when I moved here, that's a natural thing to say. When you are in England, everyone says sorry. If they are sorry, or they mean it or not, but just say sorry for everything and anything. That was interesting, really, because we don't say much. Well, when I said, in Turkey, we don't say much sorry or thank you, really. They are not a sort of culture. If someone does something for you, if it's a family or friends, you feel like they mean to do that anyway. So you don't feel like there's something you have to thank necessarily. It's just, if you said thank you to a stranger, that's the image of the culture, basically. Similar thing for sorry as well, actually. And when I was here, I was thinking, like, everyone says sorry for everything, right? It's just strange. But now, living here, I think 9 years nearly, I started to say sorry for everything. And the other day, Mark was warning me, said, I didn't do any yet, but if you do any crash or something, just don't say sorry. That means you are admitting the accident, basically. He said to me, just exchange the information. That's all you have to do. Don't say sorry, But yeah, in my daily life, if I do something wrong and I'm aware of I'm doing wrong, I'm happy to say sorry, right? Because accepting your mistake is not going to take anything from you. Because, you learn, you said sorry, and what can you do more?
If anything, you're going to grow.
Yeah.
Because you learn that person doesn't like that or whatever. Oh God, there are so many great questions.
Let me know if my answers are too long.
Two more, because
No?
that's just too good. We need to finish, but they're so good. What do you imagine people say when they gossip about you?
Oh my gosh, she's amazing. Look at her.
I don't know what to do, Ben.
She's literally impenetrable.
Amazing.
Yeah, I have been told I need to leave the beret when I was getting in the house. No, I don't know. They can say what they want. Again, what they think about you is reflecting themselves, not you.
Pro. What a pro.
I wish I'm lying a lot. Joking.
Well, we don't know, Ben, do we? We don't know.
An hour.
Tell me about your work.
Which one?
Tell me about what you do.
I just do paintings and ceramics because I have a kiln, and now 3D printing bits, I guess. Well, I paint. I paint all day, every day, non-stop. When I don't paint, I think about paint. That's what I do, I think, in the last 7 years, literally. It's just non-stop thinking and doing for me. I heard a sentence the other day about it's a way of life, and I thought, okay, that really fits what I'm doing. It's a way of life, and it's my way of my life. I like patterns, and I like creating patterns inspired from nature and scientific side of the nature as well. Love symmetry, tidy looking, harmonious stuff, and creating really hectic looking, very busy, crowded patterns. But I try to put it in a very peaceful way. When you look at the painting, you shouldn't. I try to give it. I'm trying basically. You shouldn't feel like, oh, it's chaotic. But yes, there's too much going on. There's a bit chaos there, but very calming chaos in the same time. I think it's like inside my head really, because I have so much going on, but in a very peaceful way. Again, I think it's very Istanbul really, where I'm from. Istanbul is very chaotic state, but it's very peaceful if you know how to deal with Istanbul, basically. Yeah, I do paintings, long and short. That's my work.
And what is art for?
What is art for? For me, or for you, or for other people? That's the question, isn't it? For me, art is my life. It's not my work, it's my life. I don't think you can do art necessarily as a work, really. You feel it. You're in that all day, every day. It's not 9-to-5 job. It will never stay as a 9-to-5 job. Art for other people, hopefully happiness, joy, a place they can, a safe place, hopefully. I'm talking about my paintings, who got my paintings, hopefully a safe place where they can feel themselves happy and secure, comfy. Yeah. That's what I think.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh.
I really, really appreciate your time.
Thank you for inviting. Appreciating your time, your creative mind, your questions, and yeah, hopefully Ben will edit that in a nice way, though, so I don't sound like
It's going to be great. We're going to cut it up and make you look like the most
Amazing.
arrogant, horrendous, terrible artist.
That's fine.
That's perfectionist and doesn't say sorry, and just has no time for anyone. And
you have the power of that, really.
It's just about me.
Yeah, well, it's all about everyone, isn't it? It's about you, it's about me, it's about you. Yeah. I think it should be as well a bit. Who are we living for, really? At the end of the day, it's one life, one of us, really. Well, you have Kira, obviously.
Of course.
You have your little one.
Yeah.
That's a different matter, but
Yeah. Because I think, people like Ben are going to take so much away from this and the work that we've done together. I hope that's the idea. But they, as you say, they take a piece and they see what they see in it, and hopefully it'll help.
yeah.
Because for me, art is about giving.
Yeah.
And that's what it's for. You are putting, as you say, you're putting yourself into every piece that you do, and then you're putting it out into the world, and that is in its every essence giving. It's really, it's not what maybe makes the world go round, but it's certainly makes it a reason to stay around.
Yeah, well, not everything should be in the has super scientific importance to make the world move on, basically. But it's all about the details, like in my works, really. It's all about the details. And I think art in that respect is a really important thing to enhance people's life. To bring hopefully more positive outlook or negative outlook if they need it in that moment. It doesn't need to be all happy all the time, isn't it? Sometimes if you need to feel down, you need to feel down, and if it helps you, that's good. Yeah, as you said, giving and taking, that's what we are doing. That's why when I finish the painting, it's completed for me. The mission is done. Then I give it outside, and the audience takes what they want to take, what they need to take in that moment, really. Yeah. Important part of the life, definitely.
Damn right.
Yeah.
Here. Amazing. I think you're amazing.
Well, you're amazing.
Thank you.
We know you guys are amazing.